Welcome to A Man's Perspective with Andres Garcia. Today, I am going to be having a conversation with someone who is very important to me, someone whom I love dearly. This man, is a Army veteran, a retired Caltrans employee, football coach. The things that this man has done and has had to overcome has been inspirational, has shown me so much and what it means to be a man. Today, I am going to be having a conversation with my uncle, Eddie Herrera. Eddie Herrera.
Hello, and I am Eddie Herrera.
Dio, thank you so much for being here. I know you have a lot to do, so I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful for many reasons. One, you have so much to offer. Every time I talk to you, Theo, I'm learning something, I'm growing, I'm realizing what it really means to be a man. Um, so thank you. I can never thank you enough, and I can never tell you enough how much I love you, Theo.
Thank you.
So I wanted to gain some perspective on your history. Can you tell me a little about your, like when you enlisted, what was going on in the time period?
Yeah, when I was in high school, I went out for the football team, dislocated my kneecap, so that was it for my football career.
Oh,
But then, and they told me I couldn't get drafted because at that time the draft was going on, the war in Vietnam was
yeah.
going on. And so when they told me I couldn't get drafted, I dropped out my senior year and joined the army anyway. Uh,
Wait, so you enlisted knowing that the war was going on?
I really didn't think of it like that. A friend of mine, you
Yeah,
know Gilbert,
yeah,
it was his idea to
yeah.
join. And then when it was time to sign, for our parents to sign, because we were minors,
Yeah.
my house was closest, so we stopped at my house, talked with my mom, my two brothers, and they were trying to talk me out of it. I said, no, I wanted to go. So finally my mom said, okay, you want to go? It's your choice. She signed. So then we go to Gilbert's house, and his father, right there when the boy sees us getting out of the army recruiting car.
Yeah.
He tells that sergeant, "Hey, get the hell out of my house!"
Really?
So I tripped out. I said, "Well, wait.
We're supposed to go
This is
together.
Gilbert. This is Gilbert's idea." So he goes, "All right, I'll talk to you guys." So we went in, talked to him, and he says, "But Gilbert's older brother just came back from Vietnam,
Oh,
and he
wow.
had a bad time over there."
Yeah, man, I can imagine.
So he was totally against it. And then, so finally tells Gilbert, if you want to go after you graduate, you go. But you're going to graduate high school first. So too late for me to get out. He didn't sign. So I went, he stood.
Wow, I didn't know that part.
But it was okay. It was a good move. It was a good move for me to go in there.
Really?
Yes, it helped me grow up a lot
Yeah.
and faster. So it was good for me.
Was basic training like they showed in the movies? What's that popular movie? Full Metal Jacket. Was basic training like that back then, way back then, like that?
It was something like that, but
Uh,
not really as well.
as a,
Okay. Each branch would be a different kind of boot camp.
yeah, yeah,
The army one, it was a lot of running, a lot of exercise, a lot of PT, a lot of workout,
yeah, yeah.
and they taught us shooting and everything, all this stuff. But it was good.
Wow. So what was going on in your life that you felt that it benefited you? Like, how were you as a man, as a human being?
Well, it showed me that there was more than just Los Angeles.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I've been out of Los Angeles, went to Mexico a couple of times with my mom and stuff. But I thought Los Angeles was the only place, everybody was the same.
yeah,
So once I
yeah,
get in the army, then I see, there was all kinds of white, blacks, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, every kind of nationality there is,
yeah,
they were there. And learning from each one, the way they were about the things they believed in and stuff. It taught me a lot more of how to open my mind up a little bit
yeah.
more.
That's interesting that you wanted to go during a time of war. Right now, I see so many like TikToks and Instagram posts of these 22, 23, like 18 to 25-year-old men saying, "Oh, I'm not going to be enlisted. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to do this." Not, and just saying how they don't want to enlist, how they don't want to be part of that, I don't know, that part of life, I guess. And here you win. You like you volunteered. You just like during a war, during a horrible war too, and you just win.
Yeah, well, that time the draft was going on anyway, so I wouldn't have had a choice if they would have. Well,
Uh,
if I wouldn't have messed with me, that could have got drafted anyway.
yeah.
So a lot of people they figure, well, if you get drafted, the first thing you're gonna do, you go boot camp, then you're gonna go to Vietnam right off the bat. If you enlist, you get boot camp, then you get training, you get
Oh yeah.
specialized training.
Yeah. AIT. Yeah.
Yeah. So then after that, they send you to a place where you wanna, wherever you want to be stationed at. But then for 2 years, they send you wherever they want you. So
Yeah. Wow. That's commendable. I still think like most. Imagine if the draft was going on now with the way men are now, how men are so feminine now. It's like, oh man, I think that would start a civil war. Yeah, people would run to for the mountains. Um, so when you got out, what did you do? Where did you go?
oh man, I came out and I bummed around a little bit,
Yeah,
like, little job here and there, not real career jobs, but just to make some money, did partying a little bit,
yeah.
and then what about 5 years after 6 years after got out, I got the job with Caltrans,
Wow, that's good.
and that one was a career.
Yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, you're the reason why I love motorcycles. I remember being like 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, and riding on the back of your motorcycle. And I remember that sense of freedom, of feeling, just is feeling free. I mean, man, and ever since then, as soon as I turned 15 and a half, I bought my first motorcycle. And I've been on a motorcycle ever since then because of you.
it was fun. It was fun. I had
Yeah.
it I think I kept it for about 2 years, I think, at the max.
Really? Oh, and I've been riding my whole life, oh, since I was 15 and a half.
Yeah, no.
So, what changes have you seen as far as men in our society? What changes have you seen in your lifetime? Like, do you think they're better, worse? Do you think,
Well, before we everyone had a lot more pride in themselves and what they do, what we stood for, what our country stood for,
yeah,
what
yeah,
our nationality. Everybody always proud of who we are. I've always been proud. You know, I'm an American first of all, but I'm a Mexican. My mother and father were from Mexico, so but we see how some people changed a little bit and some people changed a lot. Some
yeah,
people
yeah.
don't want to change. Like I remember when I was in boot camp, there was this one guy wanted to fight just because I was a Mexican.
Really?
Yes, I said, hey, well, I
Let's get
mean,
down.
and there was only like what three of us Mexicans in the whole
Your platoon?
yeah, our whole platoon, and they said, hey, so he wanted to fight with, so okay, let's go, but nothing ever happened.
Yeah,
We didn't fight. We just didn't talk to each other, didn't like
yeah.
each other, but that was all right.
So pride, you think pride in your country and who you are as an individual or as a man, you think the pride is what's going away, what's gone away?
Yes, we used to whatever we did, we put our full thoughts into it.
Yeah.
We want to do something, we gave it our best shot. We tried to do the best you could. Nowadays, you say, oh, well, I'll do this and that's all. Finish it, and I just got to finish it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had to finish it, but we had to finish it right way, the right way, make it as best as we could do it. Nowadays, people just want to just go ahead to get it done and leave it
And
alone.
move on to the next.
Yes,
Yeah. 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 I've noticed, just even in my own lifetime, I've noticed, like men are more materialistic as far as like I see men glamorizing their and not that a morning routine is bad, but I see it like glamorized now. I see men specific lotions. I see men take such pride in their hair and their in their beards. Like there are barbershops that are just for beards now.
yes,
It's like your beard is just as important as your hair, and I get it. I mean, but it just seems it's weird that I rarely see now men that have pride in their jobs, have pride in building something, have pride in I accomplished this. It's all about the self now. That's have you noticed that?
Yes, it's all about what they could do instead of what all everybody could do together. If you work together, you could do a lot more,
Yeah. Oh my
and
God.
and
Yeah.
get different views of everything. So that's the best part that we could get back into, but everybody wants to be the individuals now.
Yeah. Do you think that there's a way that we can go back to some of those old values?
I wish we could, but
Yeah, me too. I don't think we can. I think it'll take something catastrophic, like a war come to our land to kind of catastrophic to change things. It's not. I don't. I see us on this trajectory that there's no. I think we're past the point of no. We're at the point of no return.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to ask you about my nana Wera. My nana Wera. She's
So
94,
94.
94, still alive, still busting everybody's chops, still still on everybody's case. Um, how has what have you learned from Nana Wera? What have you? Because
Oh man, she taught us a lot. She taught us how to treat people, how to be respectful to everybody, how to talk to your elders, uh, how to care for people, help whoever you needs help, whether you know them or whether you don't know 'em.
yeah,
Just help them out.
yeah, I brag about my Nana Wera to all my friends because I tell everybody how my grandmother came over here when she was to this country. She was still probably 15, 16, somewhere around there,
I
18.
think she came at 19 or 20. She got married, just got married with my dad.
And in her late 20s, she got left with 9 kids, still through with diapers. I remember my dude Junior telling me that he taught her how to sign her name because he saw her signing a check and she would put X. And I
Yes.
was like, my God, there's this woman in a country where she doesn't speak the language, doesn't even know how to read and write the language, let alone her own language or her own name, and she still managed to raise 9 kids. The fact that you guys aren't all like strippers and gang members and it's a miracle. The fact that you guys are alive is a miracle. Because I can't. If I were to be put in another country where I don't know the language, I would die. I would probably just die.
It'd be hard, yes.
Yeah, it would be almost an impossible task. And so I brag to everybody how Nana Wada, she's one of the most significant people in my life. Just the things that she's had to overcome, the things you guys have had to overcome too.
Oh no, like right now, she's we're putting her into a what I don't know. She's going into a assisted home living,
Yeah.
but because she doesn't want to live with none of her kids.
Wow.
She says no. I could take care of myself. I don't need nobody to take care of me.
Yeah.
So we still have discussions with the arguments you want to call, but she just lets you know that she knows how to take care of herself. She took care of herself since she was 5, and I think her mom died when she was 3 or something like that.
Wow.
So, and she
Wow.
always grew up with 3 brothers, older brothers. She was the youngest. Then she had a sister that passed away, younger than her. So
Wow. Yeah, I like to talk about my Nana Wera because I believe that our lineage, where we come from, has a lot to do with who we are today.
yes,
Like Nana Wera being so strong, I know in my life there's things that like I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to give up. I just keep working and working and working. And I think that comes from you guys, from you, the examples that you guys showed me, from my Nana Wera, um, having to raise 9 kids on her own and just the wonderful job that you did. I mean, I don't want to say wonderful job. The outcome has been great because all of you, my uncles and aunts, are amazing people. I'm sure the process was hard for you guys.
yes, yeah,
Some of the stories my Theo Leonard would say, "Oh my God, man, I can't imagine having to go through that."
yes. No, we went through some crazy times, especially when my father first left,
Yeah,
and it's just my mom was there to take care of us, and she didn't work, so Walford took care of us,
yeah,
and she taught us she just taught us how to work hard, work at whatever you choose to work at,
yeah.
just do it right, do it the best you can.
Oh, yeah. Nana Wada is a tremendous woman, as are you, Theo. So, what would you say to if you were the president or the ruler of this country? What would you say to the young men to help them be more accountable, be better men? What would you say to them? What advice would you give them?
Just have pride in yourself and do to help other people, not just yourself. If you like everybody wants to do for themselves, wants to make themselves better, move up. I want everybody to move up, not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
me. Everybody around me, all my friends, people, even people I don't know. Everyone should be moving up with you, not just one person, not just yourself.
And that comes with pride. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. Um, so what else? What other things are you proud of in your life that you've done?
Oh, I'm proud of everything I've done, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'm proud of
yeah,
my two kids.
yeah.
Now I got three granddaughters and one grandson. So
Wow.
they're, I want to be able to see. Well, I've seen two of my granddaughters already. One's already graduating high school next year,
Oh, that's
and
right. Yeah,
then
yeah,
my grandson's just 2 years old now. So waiting for him to grow up and see how. But I like working with kids.
yeah.
I've always loved playing with kids. Well, look at all of you guys playing with all of you guys. But
You were so hard on us too, man. I remember. I
not really hard, just trying to
well,
get you to think right.
yeah, yeah. But I remember like sitting down on the couch and you coming up to us and grabbing our bellies and pulling them out and saying, "Why are you so fat? Why are you so fat?" And we'd be like, "Ah, tío, ah."
No, that's just wrestling moves.
Yeah, I know, I know. And I'm so grateful for that because um, having to struggle, I believe, is a key factor in life. We all have to struggle. We all have to, and the more struggles we overcome, the better we become as human beings. Um, so I believe that. And I believe just the things that you've done to us and shown us and how you were with us really, really forged my character, really taught me to be a man. And what I believe is a real man, you know. And who knows, maybe I'm wrong, you know. Maybe our society is going that way for a reason. If you had to guess, why would you think our society is going towards a more androgynous society where it's hard to tell the difference between men and women?
Oh, that I don't get into that one because I speak sometimes and okay, how would I say it? With my I'm sick right now, so I got a equilibrium problem. So my
Yeah,
mind it takes a little time to react.
yeah,
So and in the middle of a conversation, I'll just forget what I'm saying
yeah,
and just what were we talking about? And so I really can't get into too
yeah, yeah,
heavy
yeah. I get you, I
conversation
get you, I get you.
because I forget real quick and
Yeah, but you know, I've never noticed, I have not experienced that with you. You've always been so sharp. Even now, look at our conversation. You're sharp. You know what you're saying. So, I don't notice that with you. I
no,
think
that
there's,
it just came around I've been retired for 17 years, medically retired from Caltrans because of my equilibrium problem,
yeah,
and that's when it started. Now I get sometimes I can't walk at night.
yeah.
At nighttime, it looks like if I'm drunk, whether I drank or not. I just walking into walls and trees and stuff.
Oh,
It,
on one side, that's kind of cool. I mean,
it
you're like,
is until the
yeah,
cops stop and well, hey, what did you take? 'Cause you're not
yeah,
drinking or nothing.
yeah.
So
You're like, no, give me a breathalyzer.
yes, so no. But it's good. I've had a good life, and I've seen where we came from. What is it? Maravilla Projects
Wow, and those
in,
are
in
tough
East
back in
LA.
the
Those
day.
were,
Yeah, those are very tough back in the day.
and we grew up. And one thing about like your Theo Leonard used to say, he used to get mad. He used to cry because sometimes, hey, well look, we don't have nothing. We don't have. But nobody had nothing. All the kids in the projects, we were all broke. Nobody
Yeah,
had nothing. Everybody was getting from each other. Each other's family was helping the other family.
yeah, yeah,
They wouldn't just no, this is for me only. No, no, no. If the kids were around there, guess what? Especially like with my mom. If we had, and we always had friends with us,
yeah.
so they'd go to the house, and my mom would have to feed all of them. With the
Wow.
little food that we have, she had to feed all of them. She never told them, but no, you got to get in here. You got to eat now. You guys come back later now. If she fed us, she fed whoever was with us too. So
Wow. That's not something you see very often now, you know.
now my mom was real good. Like you see, she brought up in Mexico.
Yeah,
They don't. I mean, I don't know how they brought up in Mexico, but I don't think they have too much stuff over there anyway. But she learned how to share with everybody.
yeah, yeah,
She learned how to take care of because everybody in the ranch where they were all family anyway, one way or the other. They were uncles, aunts, cousins, or whatever. So they all lived together. So they all helped each other. So everybody helped each other.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's how we become successful. It's together. Like I tell the people around me, um, we're not the fastest, we're not the strongest, we're not even the smartest. We think whales are smarter than us, but yet we're the top species on the planet because we work together, because we cooperate, and it's in that cooperation that we become stronger, better, faster. We're able to build houses, build roads, build cars, build microphones, lights.
But that's why we're splitting up now. Now people don't want to work together. People want to work by themselves now to make themselves look better instead
Yeah,
of helping everybody get everybody else to wait. Like you said, with everybody working together, that's how we came up being as good as we are. But now everybody wants to go with just me and my group are going to do this, and me and my group instead of everybody. Let's all get together and do it, and we'll do it the right way.
how do we start on an individual level doing that again? How do we? I mean, and I know it's hard to change society. How can we change like me? How can I start doing that? What would you recommend I do?
Oh, I no, I can't recommend for nobody to do it, but
Yeah,
there's a lot of things you could like work with kids,
that's a
work
good one.
with
Yeah,
homeless,
yeah.
work veterans. There's a lot of not really charities, but they're
Organizations.
organizations that need help.
Yeah, that's true.
And like a lot of people say, no, it's going to cost me too much. Hey, if it costs you $20, so what?
Yeah,
And you'll get it back next week.
yeah, yeah,
But just to help somebody, feed somebody. See a lady walking down the street with her kids starving. Here, let me buy you some food. Let me get you some water. Let me get you something. You got to help other people. A lot of people. There is a lot of people that do help.
yeah, yeah,
I see it a lot myself, but there's a lot that just look. Oh, look at what they're doing, and let's get away from them. All you got to do is help them, feed them.
yeah, yeah. But how do you make yourself safe? Because some of these guys, especially like the homeless population, um, a lot of them are so drugged out, like they don't see reality the way we see reality.
Don't go at nighttime, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But you get them, and hopefully you find one that you could talk with.
Yeah.
And a lot of people they just need someone to talk to,
Yeah. Yeah.
not somebody to tell them how to live their life, how it's going, but just to listen to them, listen to their issues. Hey, well, you know what? I had that problem before, or my cousin had, and explain how, give them ideas of how to get out of it. But then once again, it comes down to them. They got to make the final decisions.
Yeah. So what do you? 'Cause I know you're a retired Caltrans employee. You've had houses, you've had properties. You're a tremendously successful man. Coming from the Maravilla project, which is probably one of the toughest areas to ever grow up in. How did you go from Maravilla projects to the tremendous success you have now? Like, what do you attribute that to?
My mom,
Wow, Manuela. Wow.
yeah, she got us out of the projects. So by the time I was graduating elementary school. Like on the sixth grade, she moved us out of the project. And the good thing about that is the following year, the the kids that we hung around with, they started a new gang,
Oh shoot.
the Rock Mara. That's a big gang in
Yeah,
East
yeah,
LA.
yeah.
And if we wouldn't have moved out, we would have probably been in there. And we
Wow.
could have, but we got out just at the right time. And
Wow.
then we just kept moving up. She got us out of there, then got us in schools, got us to help people. She put us into a lot of. She put me into a lot of sports. My brother, we lived by a park. She said, "No, you guys go over here. There's a park. You go play there, but you got to be home by 9 o'clock, and you had to be there."
So, would you say putting your kids in all these youth organizations and all these youth sports, all these youth, do you think that's beneficial?
Oh yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
do too. Um, and it's interesting that that's what you attribute your success to, or one of the things you attribute your success to. Um, so how's retired life? You mentioned retirement earlier.
Shit. Well, it's good now, but 18 years when I retired. 18 years ago when I retired,
You've been retired for 18 years?
I retired at 50 years old,
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
medically retired.
Yeah.
Because I told him I had my equilibrium and I couldn't even. One day I went to work. I'm driving to work. I get to work real good, but then from here to the wall, I had to get out of the car, walk to the office, And once I got out of the car, I couldn't walk. I was
Wow.
just like if I was drunk, I was just so I got in the wall, holding on to the wall, got to my office, waited for my lead worker to come.
Yeah.
She took me to the doctor, they told me, and I was out for 8 months. Then when I came back, yeah, my boss was telling me because I was working on a freeway, he was taking me to show me a place that he wanted me to clean up.
Mm.
So we're walking under a bridge, and I seen myself walking a straight line along the wall,
Yeah.
but he's behind me, so he grabbed me by the shirt, pushed me into the wall. I said, "Whoa, what's going on?" He goes, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going right here. Where are you going?" "Well, why are you walking into the?" I said, "No, I'm walking this way."
Why walking to the
No,
traffic?
no, I was walking into the traffic. I said, "Oh no!" So he took me back to the truck. Stay in the truck and don't move. So then we got in the car, took me back. I went to the doctor, and then I took my son to eat, and then when I took him home, it was night already, and I'm coming back, and all of a sudden, all the light went out. I couldn't see no more. So I'm driving, and it just freaked me out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So but I knew where my brakes were. No cars coming. I'm looking at the light, and by the time I stopped, my vision came back. So I went to the doctor and told me, what's going on with this? I mean, I can't.
Oh my God, that's scary.
Yeah, yeah. So he's go, well, with the way if I move my head too fast, that's what's going to happen. So he goes, well, that could happen at any time. And then like I drive a truck at work, so in some of the air seats, so you're jumping up and down.
Yeah, yeah.
So I told my doctor, I can't work there because the last thing I want to do is kill somebody, kill
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah.
hurt myself, hurt anybody else. So I had to retire about a week to retire. So got out of there, and I had to fight with the Social Security because they don't want to give me my money,
Yeah, yeah.
my retirement. I already went through my divorce, but something, papers weren't signed, and so all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff was happening with my finances that I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, but now they're situated, right? Now you're good.
Well, yeah, now I'm married again, and
Congratulations.
my wife she takes good care of me.
Oh, fantastic, dude.
She's
Yeah.
a good partner. She helps me out, and I still get these little head trips now and then, but
Yeah.
it works out. It still works out.
What do you do? Because you look amazing. Like, what do you do? Like, do you exercise? Do you eat certain foods or not eat certain foods?
So now I don't. I eat by maybe once, sometimes twice a day.
Oh, that's just twice
I
a
just
day.
don't feel hungry.
Oh,
So
wow.
I lose a little weight. But
Do you stay away from certain things, or do you eat more of other things?
no, well now I can't eat. I'm allergic to shellfish,
Oh, wow.
so I can't eat none of that stuff. So
And what about like your mental health? Because you seem such a level-headed guy. Like, do you do anything to help with that? Do you anything like?
well, now that not the phones, they got all these little games in there. So I
Oh
play a lot of
yeah,
these
yeah.
games. And in the morning I wake up, play like a couple of hours of it, and get my mind going, and then okay.
Well, that's awesome. So you use technology.
A little. I just started to do that now,
Yeah.
so I
Do you
learned how
think
to turn it on now.
do you think it's benefited you that using technology?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I've seen different studies on how these different games on these apps help your mental health, your acuity, and then I see some other psychologists. I'll say, oh, those don't do nothing. So I'm glad that it's actually working for you.
Well, yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
No, I haven't felt no changes in me, but I feel keeps me awake a little bit. But then I'm tired at night or too fast.
Wow, deal. So what else should we talk about? Because I want to keep it appropriate. I know off camera we talk about all kinds of weird stuff, but I don't want to talk about something that we can't
No,
put on
just
YouTube.
a lot of I'll tell you a situation with your Theo Leonard
All right.
when he cried because we didn't have no food.
Yeah.
My mom had to go do something at church or something, so she comes home. We were still in the projects. She comes home and she had to throw real quick some beans and potatoes, no meat.
Yeah.
So my brother's crying. And my mom says, Leonard, what's wrong? Finish eating. Okay. He said, "Oh, Leonard, what's wrong?" So she went, Leonard, well, we're poor again. We have no food. So it was funny at that time because we look at it and say, hey, but then once again, everybody in the project was poor. Nobody had
Yeah.
barbecues outside and stuff. What you had inside, you ate inside, and be
Yeah.
thankful for what you had.
What do you think of like the Bible tells us that if you don't work, you don't eat. What do you think about going to bed hungry? Should does that forge us? Does that help us? Does that as men?
No, my mom never sent us to bed hungry. We always ate. She went to bed hungry
Oh wow.
sometimes because we finished it. We never thought about it, but we ate, and my mom didn't get to eat. But we find out about it afterwards, and
Yeah.
we say, "Oh, mom!" So like right now, my mom gets mad at us because we're all trying to do everything for her.
Yeah.
She goes, "Hey, no, I could take care of myself, mom. But we want to help you. You took care of us. You brought us. Look at, I'm 68 years old,
Yeah.
and I'm one of the youngest. So she and tell her, mom, you brought us up. Look at, and when we were 9 kids, when my cousins would come from Mexico and stuff, she took them into the house. So she brought up 9 of her own kids, but then a couple of extra ones.
Yeah, I remember my mom saying that Tia Rosa, like she's also grew up with you guys.
Yes,
Mm,
her brother, my cousin Rito,
yeah.
he grew. My mom one day she went to church. It was raining in the project. She walked. And then in downstairs, she seen this young kid. Well, young, but he was maybe about 16, 17. And he was all at the bottom of the stairs shaking. And oh, so my mom went downstairs to see what's going on. She goes, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And he says, well, in Spanish, he goes,
Yeah.
I'm just here. I just got here from Mexico. I don't know nobody, this and that. I haven't ate. So my mom turned around, didn't go to church, turned around, took him home, fed him. He would happen to be about the same size as my older brother. And then I gave him his clothes, and he lived with us for a while.
Wow.
So she brought him right off of the street. And you know Andres?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that was him. That's how he came into our family. She
Wow.
found him in the church looking for something to eat or something. She took him and brought up another one. That's what I'm saying. Always look to help somebody,
That's
and that's what
tremendous.
she always did help. Anybody that needed help, my mom was there to help them.
See, that's right. That just proves to me what I believe about lineage. Because Mari was that way.
Yes.
Mari would get random kids. I'd go over there. Mari would have random teenagers. Oh yeah, I found them over here. I found
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah. Huh.
she always had
Yes.
people, different kids living with her, and it was always kids.
Yes. Yes. Oh
And
yeah.
now knowing that Nana Wetta's that way, man, it just like validates to me what I believe about lineage and how important it is.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I'm always amazed at what a tremendous human being Nana Wetta was, my grandmother, your mom.
Still
Tremendous.
is. She still is. And she's real fussy still. But I know she can't. She doesn't move around too much no good that fast by herself no more. She's got a walker. She's got to use a walker. She she falls asleep. She's tired all the time. She eats very little bit now, but
But I saw Nana Wetta a little bit a few months ago, and her mental acuity is still there. Like
oh yes,
she still remembers stuff like, oh, Mijo, when you were a little kid, I was like, I don't remember
yeah, huh?
that. She's like, and then she'll remind me, like, oh, that's right, yeah, that did happen. Yeah, her acuity, her mental acuity is still there.
Yes, that's why where this place is going is over in Chino, because well, 2 of my sisters live there, but also my cousin Rosa, because
That's right, yeah.
she grew up in Mexico, the rancho with my mom. She was younger than my mom, but my mom like a big sister to her,
Yeah, yeah,
and they brought up and they talk about stuff that they did in the rancho,
yeah.
and then my mom flashes back, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and her eyes open up, with a big smile, and oh man, it's great. So it's good for her to to see her relatives, friends, whatever,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that they bring back the memories of the rancho when she was a kid,
Yeah.
and so hey, she she still has a good memory,
Man,
but
I hope that I'm that sharp when I'm her age. 'Cause
I hope I get to her age.
yeah, because I find myself losing it now, man. There's times like my memories are like,
Oh yeah,
I'm like, what did I do yesterday? It's like, yeah, it's like, so I hope I can. I hope some technology or something comes out to reverse what's going on. Because yeah, I don't think I'm as sharp as Nanoera.
Yeah, no, but and look at no schooling, only had what, fifth grade education,
Yeah, that's right.
and no, she's a real smart. She learned.
Yeah,
I guess she learned in the rancho how to pick things out of the wall, or just hear people say something and how are you going to work this? How are you going to use it? What can
yeah,
we do with this? Or what can we, and she learned. And look at how she did. She, like I said, she brought nine of us.
yeah. Her ingenuity is tremendous, man. Well, the ingenuity of human beings in general is just tremendous, but we just don't use it. I don't think we tap into it like we should.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Um, well, I don't want to take too much of your time, so and I know we could talk for hours. So thank you
Yes.
so much for being here, and I'm just gonna say my out speech to to my audience. So, Theo, I love you. Thank you for being here, man. I
Love
really
you. Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Anytime you
Well,
need my help.
awesome. Thank you, Theo. Oh, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of A Man's Perspective. And as usual, if you have any like as usual, I'm trying to create a space where we men can ask questions that they may feel uncomfortable asking other people in their lives. So if you have any questions or issues that you want advice on, leave it in the comments below, and I or people I have on as guests will try to answer those questions. And again, if you've garnered something or enjoyed it, press the like button and please subscribe. Thank you.